Welcome to Gentle Yoga. This is Leo Bray on behalf of Kristen Olson's Urban Yoga Center in Palm Springs. Visit us online at urbanyoga.org or Kristen Olson's Urban Yoga Center on Facebook to check out the schedule of daily classes offered on Zoom, the days where local Palm Springs folks can meet various teachers in the park and practice in person, safely distance and mask and all that good stuff, of course. And also there's a Stitcher online where you can make contributions to classes via Zelle or Venmo or PayPal. We'll start today's gentle class in a classic reclined posture, Supta Baddha Konasana. Soles of the feet together, knees splayed on your back. So some folks like to lie down and then bring their feet in that shape, feet and legs, and some like to put their feet together and then lie down. If you have blocks, you could put blocks or other props between the outside of your legs and the ground to support the weight of your legs and make the posture more passive. If it bothers you in any way to be in this posture with the legs, you could instead press the soles of your feet on the mat. Or your breath, which adds the grounding weight where you like. Close your eyes if that's comfortable for you. Notice your breath. You just give it some time. Slow down and get deeper. Feel your body accepting the support beneath it. Feel the movements of your breath. The way the movement of your breath changes your contact with the ground. Different parts of your back lifting away and touching down. Scan your whole body to take in whatever other sensations are present right now. Taking particular notice of anything that doesn't feel good. If there's any stiffness or soreness going on, making notes of it now can help us remind ourselves to take care of ourselves by skipping or modifying anything we need to during practice. There's always room to do less than what I'm doing, do more than what I'm doing, do something different. Not just time to not do anything. Whenever your attention wanders, you can gently come back to observing your body and focusing on your breath, taking care of yourself, finding the practice that's best for you. If you wish to layer on, in addition to these shared intentions, any specific intentions of your own, go ahead and do so. With our intentions in place, let's take 3 deep cleansing breaths. Breathe in through your nose, breathe out through your mouth for the sides now. Bring your hands to your knees, lift your knees towards each other. If you had props pulling your legs, you can move those out of the way. Your knees looking up and hug your knees. Rock and roll on your back, massage it against the ground. We're going to do some leg stretching and hip opening with the straps. We're going to go through a sequence and spend a couple minutes in each of 4 postures. And I'm reorienting myself here so I don't damage all these lovely plants that the lady has on the terrace. So take your strap and run it under your feet. Hold one in each hand. Staying grounded, check in with the back of your head and your shoulder blades and your sacrum. You want all of that on the ground and reach your feet up. Point your toes up at the sky. Point your toes down towards your face. And let your feet relax. Slide your feet away from each other. And slide the feet back towards each other. Take your right foot out of the strap, press the back of your right leg to the ground, hold the strap in your right hand, and reach your left arm out to the side. Then draw your leg over to the right and turn your head to the left. Try to keep your shoulders grounded. Now your sacrum is going to lift away from the ground. That's okay. And just breathe and see what happens. Adjusting the position of your arm and tension on the strap to support and guide the leg, not forcing it to go further, but supporting it as it finds its way to whatever degree of opening and twisting feels beneficial in your body. Maybe sort of play with the edge and explore going further, or maybe you already found sufficient. Slowly bring everything back to center. Take the strap in your left hand. Press down on the front of your right hip with your right hand. Let your arm and your leg fall open to the left. Keep that right side anchored down. Try to keep your right cheek on the ground. Keep your pelvis from rolling to allow the left hip open further. You're not going to hurt anything if your pelvis rolls. It's just going to leave less opening to the opposite hip. Some folks don't like the way it feels having this extended leg, the left leg hanging in the air. You could have a prop over there, a block, a bolster, a rolled up blanket to catch the weight of your leg. If you're one of those folks who finds it unsettling to have the weight of the leg hanging in the air. Again, using the strap in your arm to support and guide your leg as you see fit. So you could be exploring, extending the boundaries of the comfort zone, or you could just be more relaxed. very gently to come out of this one, bring it all back to center. Raise your right leg and step into the strap. Take your left foot out and press your left leg down. Reach your right arm to the side. Draw your leg to the left and turn your head to the right. Bring it all back to center. Take the strap with your right hand. Press down on the front of your left hip. And let your limbs fall open to the right. Nice and easy. Come back to center. Lift your left leg. Draw your knees in. Cap aside. Hug your knees. Rock side to side or roll in circles. Massaging the back against the ground. And let's make our way up to seated. You could tip to one side and Press your hand to the floor to sit up, or you could rock front to back and roll your spine along the ground and sit up that way. And if you'd rather kneel than sit, that's fine. You could just sit on the ground. You could sit on some props. I find it nice to sit on a couple blocks, sit on the forward edge of the block, and let the pelvis tilt forward in the front of the hips. But not the course are already pretty nicely open from the strap sequence. So I find it's a very comfortable way to sit. Feel your grounding contact with the floor, however you're sitting, it doesn't have to look like this. You can lengthen your spine, sitting tall without being rigid or stiff. Bring your arms to the side, rest your fingertips on the ground. Inhale, reach your right arm up alongside your ear. Exhale to reach across to your left. You can inhale, bring yourself upright. And as you exhale, come into a twist with your right hand on the ground behind you, your left hand on your right leg. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, and let your body to twist some more. Just exploring with each breath if it seems to want to go deeper. How much feels like enough? Let yourself unwind, come back. And inhale. Right. I'll bring the left hand behind you, the right hand across. Inhale to lengthen up. Exhale to feel about twisting some more. Yourself back to center. Let your chin come down towards your chest. So slowly and gently, we'll make circles. Roll your ear towards your shoulder. And let your head sit back. And continue on like that, nice and slowly. If you find any spots that are particularly tight, you could pause at a tight spot and rock back and forth. When you finish the next circle, change direction and take some going the other way. And after you finish the next circle, lift your chin. Now let's make our way up onto our hands and knees. Tipping forward or tipping to the side, however you want to go. Bring your hips above your knees, your shoulders above your wrists, or if that's too much from the wrist, you could have your hands further forward so your shoulders are behind your wrist. Take the strain out of the wrist. Inhale to bring your heart forward, let your head and tailbone go up. Exhale, bring your heart up, head and tailbone come down. Follow your own breath for a few more cycles. And after your next exhale, come back to table with your spine parallel to the ground. Reach your left foot back, press against the ball of your foot. With an inhale, if you want, pick your foot up and reach straight back. You could keep your foot on the ground. With the next inhale, reach your right arm forward, thumb up. If you want to go even further, you can bend your leg and reach back, take hold of your foot or your ankle. If you connect with that bind, kick against your hand, lift your knee and lift your chin. If you can't connect with the bind, don't worry about it. There was a time I couldn't do that. I would just flail around, not connecting with my foot. Release and come down. Reach back and press into the ball of your right foot. Or if you like, pick your right foot up and reach straight back. With an inhale, reach arm forward. Bend your knee and reach back. See about the bind. Opening your shoulder and stretching the quadricep. Release. Lower down. Bring your big toes to touch. Open your knees wider if you like. If your knees trouble you, might keep them in closer. Sit back towards your heels. Bring your hands forward. Let your head come down to the ground. If your head doesn't reach the ground, you could support your head by resting it on the back of your hand. With your hands stacked for a pillow, or you can put a block into your forehead. It's nice to have your head supported in some way so that your neck can disengage more fully. Noticing your breath, scanning your body. Inhale, bring yourself forward and up, passing through table. We'll start to stand, come to a forward fold. You could block under your hand, use the transition, giving you more room to move your leg. Step one foot up, and then the other. It's okay to take more than one step for each leg, or let your hands help your leg. You might keep the blocks and lean on them. Push them from the side. Hands can hang in the air or drag on the ground, or hold your elbows. Sway back and forth, bending one leg and the other, maybe a little, maybe a lot. Heavy arms, heavy head. Slowly shake your head no. And nadie es bien. Inhale, lift up halfway. Press your hands to the front of your leg. Up the crown of your head, draw forward away from your tailbone. Exhale, relax down. Inhale, roll to standing, hands overhead, palms together. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Let your hands down at your side. Raise your right shoulder towards your ear. Shift it back, let it down. And then your left shoulder up and back and down. Inhale, reach out to the side. Exhaling, reach for your shoulder blade. Hug yourself. Bring your chin towards your shoulder. Roll it down past your sternum and up to the other shoulder. Down to center. Back to the other side. Face forward again. Inhale, open up. And as you exhale, cross the opposite way. And again, bring your chin towards your shoulder and draw those sort of half circles, floating your chin down the center and up again. And then face front. Inhale, open up. Exhale, twist to the left. Take a couple breaths in the twist. Inhale through center. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, come back. Exhale, arms down. Inhale, out and up. And interlace your fingers and reach your palms up and look up at your hands. Lift up your heart. Inhale to come upright. Exhale to bend to the left. Feeling the length through both arms, keeping the right heel anchored on the right shoulder back by the ear. On an inhale, come up. As you exhale, bend to the right. Inhale, come up. Exhale, let your arms come down. Do a couple sun salutations. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, pull it forward. Inhale to lift up halfway. Exhale to fold. Step back to plank. Plank can be like this, or like this with the knees down. Either way, hips are in line with shoulders and knees. Exhale, slowly lower all the way down, keeping your elbows in towards your body as you lower. Press into your hands. Inhale, lift your head and chest to whatever height feels okay in your lower back. I had another class earlier, so my back is well opened up. Might be lower, and that's fine with your body. Exhale, rock back up onto hands and knees. Curl your toes under. Press into your feet to lift your knees. Press into your hands to down. And pedal your feet up and down. Lengthening all the muscles in the back of the body. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, step forward. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale into high. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale back. heart forward. Exhale, back and up. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, step forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, forward. Inhale, all the way up. Exhale, hand to your heart. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, down. Step your left foot back, runner's lunge. Now you could stay like that with the left knee raised, or you can let your left knee down. You could uncurl your left toes or keep the foot engaged. Bring your hands to your right knee. Lift your torso. So if you're in a higher lunge, it could be like this. And in either lunge, you can do the same motion for the hips. Exhale, sink forward. Inhale, slide back. As much or as little movement as your body wants there, rocking in the hips. You can always change your mind about which lunge you're in. You can add in an arm movement. Might be one arm up, lower it as you come forward, raise it as you go back. It might be both arms. You can always change your mind and drop your right hand to your right knee if you get too wobbly. You can turn your palms towards the ground as you lower your arms. Palms towards each other as you raise your arms. From the top of the movement, let's twist. Reach your left hand back, reach your right hand forward. Right hand can always come to the knee if needed. Come through center with your hands by your heart. Reach your right hand back. You could reach your left hand forward or bring your left hand to your left knee anytime. Come back to center. Bring your hands down on either side of the right foot. Step your left foot forward. Halfway. Inhale all the way up. Exhale to your heart. Inhale. Down. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, down. Rest your hands, maybe your fingertips, maybe your palms, maybe you use blocks. Step your right foot back. Runner's lunge. Stay in runner's lunge if you like, or let the right knee down. If you want, uncurl the right toes. If you're in the lower lunge, bring your hands to the knee. If you're in the higher lunge, you can just inhale and raise your arm. Exhale, forward. Inhale, slide back. When and if you like, you can add in the arm movement, one arm or both arms. Each side might want something different. You notice one hip is more open than the other. Maybe you're steadier on one side. You don't have to make each side look like the other thing. Twist to the right. Come back to center and twist to the left. Come back to center. Bring your hands down. Step your right foot forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Go ahead and have a seat. And we'll start to cool down, wind down. Good. Extend your legs out in front of you and flex your feet back towards you. Use your arms to nudge your legs apart to whatever degree is okay in your body. Doesn't matter how far it is, just feel where your own edge is. Walk your hands down your legs as far as you can, wherever that is. It doesn't matter where it is. Your own edge. Bring your left hand over by your right hand and take a double breath. Reach your right arm to the side and turn your head. Look towards your hand. Turn your thumb down. Reach towards your left hip with the back of your hand and draw your right shoulder back. Extend your arm. Bring your right hand back over by your left hand. Bring your left hand back over to your left leg. And bring your right hand over to your left hand. Open your left arm and turn your head to the left. Turn your thumb down. Reach towards your right hip and draw your left shoulder back. Extend your arm. Bring your left hand back to your right hand. Bring your right hand back over to your right leg. Hands up your leg. Hit yourself up. Nudge your legs in towards each other. Bring the soles of your feet together as you did when we started out. Leave a big space between your heels and your pelvis. Reaching under or over your ankle. As you like, walk your hands forward on your mat. Let your head drop, let your neck disengage. Breathe into the center of your lower back. Walk your hands back and press yourself upright. Keeping the soles of your feet together, bring the feet in as close as you can. Interlace your fingers, grab your toes in your hands. Wriggle on your seat. Bring the bones in your seat closer to the ground to tilt your pelvis forward. Inhale, lengthen up through the crown of your head. Exhale, hinge at your hips and fold forward with your spine nice and long at first. When the long spine has stopped lowering, let your head lower again and breathe into your hips. And maybe your elbows press down to the outside of your legs. Let your hips open further if that feels good for you. Inhaling, slowly sit yourself up. Bring your hands to the outside of your knees and lift your knees towards each other. Rest your hands on the ground, out past the edges of your mat. Wiggle your feet out to about the edges of your mat. And let your knees drift back and forth as they go to one side. Turn your head towards your opposite side. It's like touring the space you cleared in your head. And then we'll set up for bridge pose. If you have blocks, you could set your feet one block width apart. Middle position of the block is about the same distance you have between your hip sockets. If you don't have blocks, you could do this with your fists. Two fists next to each other between the tops of your feet. We'll also set your feet about 6 foot apart. Depending on how many blocks you have, you might leave a block there or just take it away. Keep your feet there, scoot towards your heels, come down onto your forearms, down onto your back. Some folks like to come onto their back and then scoop your heels in. You want to end up on your back with your heels close to your butt as they go and your feet about to put apart. You can put a block between your knees in the same way. Now, ankles and knees both hip width apart to make the movement of bridge stabler and safer. Pressing into the soles of your feet, inhale to lift your hips up to bridge pose. For deeper heart opening, if you'd like, wriggle your shoulder blades towards each other and clasp your hands under you and reach your knuckles towards you. Make sure your neck is relaxed. The head should just be resting on the ground. Also scrunch our neck up here. There's some energy there. If you're clasping your hands, unclasp them. Exhale slowly, let your hips down. Explore the movement bridge on your own for a minute. Inhale to go up and exhaling to go down. Challenge yourself as you like by going higher or slower. Your breath at the top, maybe repeating the bottom with the hand. If you'd rather take extra breath at the bottom, take extra breath at the bottom. When you come into the block, if you don't have blocks, you might use pillows, folded blankets, roll a big mat, a plain roll, and just let that support under your back do the work. This can bring about some nice relief to your pelvis and in your lower back. to come out of supported bridge. When you're ready, press into the soles of your feet. Inhale to lift your hips up. Remove the prop from under you. Exhale, slowly let your hips down. After you land, just pause. Take a few noticing breaths, regrounding yourself. Moving blocks well out of the way. Bring your knees towards your chest, hug your knees. Rock and roll to massage your back against the ground. We did some good hip opening work at the start. Let's make our final twist a deeper one. Cross your right knee over your left knee. Not deeper than what we did, just deeper than other twists we might do. If you can't cross your knees, you could cross your right ankle over your knee. So again, twist instead of this one. Reach your arms out to the side. Feel your shoulder blades press to the ground. Keep your shoulder blades on the ground. Let your legs come to the left and turn your head to the right. And gently bring everything back to center. Cross your legs the opposite way. And twist the opposite way. Hands up, take hold of the legs or your feet and play with bending and straightening your arms and legs, rocking back and forth to whatever degree works for you. If there's some other inversions you gotta do, go ahead. Whenever you feel complete with your inversion time, make your way to your final resting pose. Maybe it's corpse pose, catharsis, shavasana, or it can be any resting pose you want, wherever you can be comfortable. Focusing maybe just on your breath or on an intention you have for this practice. Or just giving your mind permission to detach. Let's take some deeper breaths. Self move around bit by bit. Allowing your movements to penetrate the paper. Take calm movement, mindful, ready for bigger movement within gentle. Sit up. Bring your hands up on your heart. Thank you for sharing practice today. The light within, ease and honor, the light within you.